Good morning. Today is April the 2nd, 2025. And today I just wanted to show you my outfit. I got this jacket, hoodie from Temu. I got this shirt, someone had made it, so it's just a regular t-shirt. But these jeans I've shown you before, but these are from Temu too, and I like them. They're nice and stretchy, and they have some pockets here. Yeah. Good morning. Today is April the 2nd, 2025. It is a Wednesday. I purchased this foundation color changing and adjusting nude all day lasting lift from within complexion perfectly charming finish. See. I purchased it from Temu to try it out. So why not try it on a humid and windy day, right? I don't know, for some reason, every time it's windy, when the weather is really groggy or bad, I put makeup on. I guess it's trying to make me feel better or something. I don't know. Let's see what it does. I don't know. What do y'all think? You're a professional makeup artist. Is it changing or is it just lotion? Do you think maybe it's too light for my skin? Oh, let's see. I already put it on. It does look like it's too light for my skin. All right. Or I needed, instead of it being just foundation, I needed to have what is it called? A blush and bronzer and stuff. So this isn't just like a nude foundation that you could just put on and then call it a day. You would need to have more makeup appliances. Let's see what it looks like. I think it is too light though, because it didn't really cover this part up, but it gave me a good finish. I had a pimple and it scabbed and it's still there, but it doesn't look that bad. Let me see. Well, that's what it looks like. I have to try it with some light. It doesn't look bad, but I wish I would have brought my my bronzer and my blush. Anyways, it smells really good. It smells kind of like it has sunscreen too. It says it lasts for 16 hours, so we'll see how it lasts all day or not. Looks really good though. Let's see, it's humid in here. Okay, well, I'll look on the online. I'll look at the video and see if there's a difference. I'm gonna. Okay, guys. After a few minutes and washing my hands, I looked at it in the mirror, and it actually looks good. I think maybe the camera's like kind of like making it less less noticeable, but it really did like bring out my cheeks, like my face turned red. It really just, I think it just needs a moment to set. That's what I'm trying to say. So I like it. This is what it is. I wore the shirt ABCD. It's a shirt that I had here at school, and they were like, "You can have it." And I put it on, and the first time I wore it, it was like way too small. But I tried it on this time. I've been losing weight, and it's a little tight, but I like it. It still looks good. Maybe I'll show it to you later. Okay. Um, Hello. So the first thing is, I guess the makeup did really good. It's still on. I feel it still. I feel it's soft. So that's a really good buy, I think. And I bought it with Temu, so that's really good. So maybe, um, I don't know. Might try out some different ones on Temu too to see if I like any of the other ones. Anyways, so today we went outside for extra recess since we weren't able to go in the morning because it was too windy, way too windy. So we went outside in the afternoon, and to make it relevant to science and history, I got these binoculars, and we went out and I let the three students test them out, and and then the rest of them were playing in the mold, the rubber in the playground. And then I would call three more, and then I'll call three more, and then eventually all the students were able to investigate with the binoculars. Some kids looking at flowers, some kids looking at just far away, butterflies were flying, birds. Um, it was really very hands-on and it was a great science investigation for them. So, and then today we finished up some of our um, some of our projects. Um, I believe, well, um, we are still doing the fairy tales. So we talked about royalty, and so they had castles to color. But before that, they did a sheet that said royalty lives in castles, and they traced and wrote that out in their passage, and then they drew their own very own castle with their imagination. They did really well on it. I was impressed. I was happy that I was proud of them. They did their very best, gave great effort, and these beautiful, real good colors and stuff. So I can't show it to you because we already turned them in and sent them home. And so we did that, and they got to color, and then we did um, phonics sheet. We did the first one, and the kids did by themselves, and they colored it. And I had a few still finishing up the egg, and a few. I had two that had to take the ISIP because they were absent yesterday, so they took the ISIP, um, math and reading, but one of the little girls wasn't able to take their math one, so tomorrow we'll do that early. While everybody's doing handwriting, she'll be taking her ISIP. Today I filled out another way to go sheet. This is the most positive behavior um, parent contact that I've had in a while. So I really enjoy making them and sending them out. Today, a little girl was having a hard time, and but she turned it around, and she got one of these, and that was good. She turned her day around with just like going to the table for a few minutes, laying her head down, and then returning to join us. Today we found this video because some of the kids were like, "What are peas?" Because we've been talking about peas, the princess and the pea, and where was it? Oh yeah, the princess and the pea, and they were like, "What's a pea?" They were like, not sure, and so I got on YouTube. I was like, I bet there's something we can that can help us like identify a pea, give us a little bit more information about a pea. And I found this site, well, a playlist basically, and it's called, well,
Frosty Frozen Foods.
Anyways, it's from the Tesco Eat Happy Project. Eat Happy Project. So that's their name on the for their handle for YouTube. Anyways, on there it had from learn about the farm to the fork journey of the pea, and we watched the pea one. We watched some potatoes, the carrots. There was a playlist, so we watched that one basically. I got an email by this organization. What is it called? Let me see. It's Elaine Adams. I think that's the organization. So it's ALANEADAMS. And anyways, she sent me an email and I was reading it. And it was like news from Elaine. And it was spring has arrived. And it was talking about a new book that they're going to publish. And how they sent 5,000 new books were sent to schools or something like that. But on the bottom, it said Spring Into Reading Challenge. And so on there was an elementary version for younger kids, an elementary version for older kids. And I've decided to do that with my kids. Let me see. I thought I had the page with me, I must have, oh, here it is. So this is the page. Some ideas it had. Reading Bingo Junior. So read a book, buy flashlight, read side, read 30 pages, make a bookmark, read 3 days in a row, read a picture book and stuff like that. So this is their that's the bingo, and I got approved by admin principal. I got approved to be able to send this, and so if they complete their board like a bingo horizontally or vertically, they get like a sticker or a bookmark and a certificate saying that they completed, they did great. I'm going to put down that I had 2 students get on the iPad today for a small group or during small groups. So I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to get on it. Okay, anyways, I made a list, and so I don't want anybody to have to remember who did it. So I made this list like this: week 1, week 2, week 3, and I just went all the way to 14 because I could put 2 of them, 2 rows in there, or 2 boxes, and then I just mark it with a tally, and then if they get to do it again, I'll just put another tally, and there it is. I'm going to use it for tracking small groups of ones that get on the iPad during specific times of the day. And let me think, what else? And I need to remember to write this in my journals tomorrow. So I wrote a sticky note and said the princess could not sleep. And so the kids will be writing that in their journal and drawing it. So we have a very busy day tomorrow. Good morning. Today is August 3rd, 2025. It's Thursday and it's raining, so there's no recess today. And so we'll have to do indoor recess. Monday, we have, it will be the end of the 6 weeks, so we'll have professional development. So no students will come in on Monday. So that will be helpful to so I don't have to worry so much about planning, making copies, and stressing about less planning and getting ready for the next week, which I have most of the lesson plans ready and most of the copies. All right. At least through math and social studies and science. I just got to get reading done and phonics. I feel like we're being rushed, or I'm being rushed, or I'm rushing myself, and I'm just like, oh, just relax. Everything's gonna be okay. Make sure the end of the year is good for the students. Everything's gonna be all right. So my dad, when I said that my dad had went on vacation, he actually just went to go visit his brother with my mom because my uncle is severely sick. It's stage 4, so that's why I say that we feel rushed, like you don't have enough time or anything. But we do. We're good. It's only better. It's only better. Hi guys. Today I wanted to show you my outfit for Friday, April the 4th. I just got this shirt from Temu. It's just a regular t-shirt. And these romper is from a subscription from a box Dia. I don't know if you know about it, but it's nice. I wanted to go a little comfortable today, and I've been losing weight, so it's kind of more baggy this time, but it'll still fit me for a while longer. Hi guys. Today is April 4th, 2025, and I made it home. I decided I came home because my sister had to go out, and so I wanted to let her borrow the car, and I had her credit card, so I need to give that back to her. So anyways, and especially since she's gonna be like bringing me some Mexican food later today, a chimichanga dinner with fajita chicken and white queso on top. It's really good. I love it. So, anyways, so I came home early, so I decided to come and tell you how I ended the day. So in the morning, if you saw the first clip, maybe you only just saw me bopping my head, listening to music, listening to their I was watching shorts on YouTube. And so I was just the songs were really cute, and it was Friday. So I was happy that so in the morning, we watched our SEL book about our voice level and how we need to keep it low, and that there are correct times to have our voice level soft or quiet, and then higher, like maybe reading to self and partner talk, and then presentation, and then outside. So um, the so the so the book was really meaningful for the kids because I've been discussing that. So if I discuss it or redirect them, I want them to know that I'm serious and we're gonna learn more about it in our story time. So it was a decilable the little girl that has the curly hair and her voice is really loud. Anyways, we read that book. And and then I had the kids do an emotion singing walrus feeling song, the emotion song. So the kids would stand up and they got to stretch, move, act out like their anger or they're happy and stuff like that. And then we moved. I had them sit down and I had them watch what was it? The Princess and the Pea again, because we were gonna go and do our reading for what was it called? For our journals. And so oh, we were gonna go do our writing for our journal, and so we I actually chose the little fox. I chose the little fox, the princess and the pea. And that story went over how the princess wanted to say that she slept well, but unfortunately, there was stuff under her bed, and then she's like, but then again, she couldn't sleep, and then she looked under, and there was a pea under her, and under her bed, and she moved in. She showed it to the queen and the king and the prince, and so that we watched that story, and it was a really good one. I actually liked that book. We had read the pig the pig one that was with the princess and the pea. I can't remember the books right now because I don't have them with me, but we did read that one. And so and then we read the one, the African one, the African or Nigerian princess and Somalia and Ethiopia and stuff like that. That was we read that book, and so we had read like two or three different types of Princess and the Pea books so that they could feel the difference and the understand different how stories can be changed, how stories can be similar, how fairy tales are how we were just studying the elements of fairy tales. So in the Little Fox fairy tale of the Princess and the Pea, it talked about seven beds, and we had discussed how on the fairy tale the element would sometimes have three or seven in the story, and we talked about the seven dwarves and we talked about the three pigs. And so in that story there was seven bed blankets or pillows underneath the princess. So that helped emphasize the fairy tales elements or the elements of a fairy tale. And so the kids were like really enjoying it. So they went and got their journal and they traced their the sentence, and then and then some of them were trying to be sneaky and not rewrite it again. But I got most of the students. I got a lot of the students, all the students actually. I actually did have two absent, that and so two of them are gonna have to go in and make it up when I get a chance for free time in their journal. But anyways, they rewrote it underneath the same sentence, and I told them if they can't rewrite it again, I mean they have enough, or they could write whatever they want underneath the sentences. I had some really good drawers. They had the beds, I had the castles, I had the dinner when they were talking about the pea, and the little princess had the pea in her hand, showing them what was underneath the bed, and it was I loved it. their imagination, creativity is astonishing. So after that, we went back to the carpet for and I got the digraph song. So we watched the Jack Hartman one. We watched there was this other one that it's like the choo choo train, and I don't know. It's a little dot, and it's like a C, and she has on her, but she has like a piano skirt. I have no idea. It's a video that I that they recommended me to play, and we went over those and had lots of words like chat and chimp and champion and chili, and that's what went with most of the papers that I had printed out. So we got through the independent trace and write, the independent uh, and we got through both of those sheets. And then, like I said, I had the ones that had the blank ch, and then the rest so I had the onset and then the rhyme that was left. And so we went over it on the document camera, and then we read it. We went imp, illy, and then we all returned back to the desk, and they got to complete it, and they were amazed. They were like, and I was telling them, don't just write it and like say it to yourself, like you're reading and you're practicing, you're blending. And we went over it, and all the kids, they didn't just rush. They actually took their time, and I heard them practicing their words, or they're asking their friend, "What is this?" And then I would go over there and guide them. And I had a few of them like read me some of the words on there before I stamped it, so that we could practice too. So after that, we did. What else did we do? After that, we went back to the rug, and we did. I had, well, the previous day I had introduced our math bags. So it has a 5 frame in there and 5 red or blue chips. And I had showed them that I showed them like how to put it on there. Well, the first sheet like that I showed you, it said it had a 2, and then the kids, I showed them how to put it on there. I put one a blue chip and then another blue chip, and there was 2, and all the students were really getting the idea, the concept of a drawing, and I would draw it on there, then a circle 1 and then a circle 2, and it was really it was getting, and then the next one was 4, and then they would draw in the circle 1, 2, 3, 4, and we did all of them together because that was the practice to make sure that we understood how to use a number frame, and they had understood. We had been practicing it over all year, and so when we got to plug it in, they understood. Then we flipped the page, and I showed them the page with the numbers, and I first went over like for me, it was easy. I showed them, this is the 5 frame, this is the 5 frame. And then I showed them like one circle was, or 2 circles were colored. And then we went over here to the other side, and it said 2 plus something equals, and then it had 5. And so I was showing them how to plug it in and how to use it. So I put the number frame that I had printed out and laminated underneath there. I grabbed the chips, and I shook them in my hand, and I dropped them. And when I dropped them, there was some blue, some red, and I would put them. I was like, okay, we're gonna start with the blue, and so I put 2 of the blue on the 5 frame, and then I put 3 on the 5 frame that were red, and then we wrote out the sentence. I was like, okay, we're going to write our math number sentence, and so we put 2 plus 3 equals, and then we put 5. And so we had been talking about how to make friends of 10, and we have been talking about how to make how to add to 5. And we had watched videos. We had watched some number sense videos. We had practiced with songs with five little duckies and frogs and jumping monkeys. So we had read books and how just putting them all together, the concepts. The kids were like fully engaged. They understood what was happening. I We did a lot of them, and then I had a few of them come. I had a few of them come up, practice shaking, throwing them down, putting it on there, and then we would fill in the number sentence together, and it was good. And then I had them go to their seats, and they did it by themselves. They had two, and then the two were black, and then uh well, if two were black, then three were white or clear. And so the kids, like, in their minds, colored in the rest of the three a different color, and then they put like 2 plus 3 equals 5, and it just like clicked and all in their brains, that there it was sum plus sum equals total. And so we had we it was a wonderful lesson. Then the next day, which was today, I played the movie Gus the Plus, and we watched it, and I every time they would say vocabulary, every time they said a vocabulary, I would like sum, total, or add, or equal. I would bring out the little card and we'd put it on our poster. And so it was a little interactive for them and for them to focus on the poster and the story. And then I told them, what did we use yesterday to that I showed you how to count or add? And they said the 10 frame or the 5 frame. And then they said the 10 frame too. And I said, yes, we were using the 5 frame. And then today we're going to use the 10 frame. And so I showed them how to use the 10 frame. On the 10 frame, it was still adding up to 5, which I didn't want to confuse them with adding to 10 or anything. So the add up to 5 was um what was it? It was like 2 plus the 10 frame had it had two manipulatives, and then it said plus, and then there was another 10 frame and it had like 3. And then the students had to go to the answer and fill in 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, and then they had 2 plus 3 equals 5. So and that was another sheet that I had shown you previously. Yeah. Anyways, so we did that, and the kids were like fully engaged, fully excited about being able to add. and they were glad that they were using manipulatives, all the stuff they knew, because they were like, I know that, and I'm like, yes, you do know that. And we put it on our paper, and then they were just like, it was really wonderful. Yeah, it was. And so that was great. So after that, after math, I put like maybe 5 minutes of number sense, like 5 minutes, yeah, 5 minutes of number sense, so that we could watch like an episode of Addition or something like that. And they like to sing it, and because we were about to go to lunch, so I played that for them, and then we came back. They didn't have recess today because it was rainy. It rained, and it was still a little bit sprinkly, and it was just moist and watery outside, so we couldn't go outside. It was muddy. So they went into the classroom, and they did indoor recess, and then they went to PE, and then they came back for snack, and then we did music. And so I put on Lori Bruckner. I think that's how you say it. And so we sang like the chicken on the head, or the pig on the head, and we sang oh gosh, I don't even know. They did like we are the dinosaurs, and all of those little songs. And or the cat came back. She does the cat came back one too. The learning station has one too, and they sing that too. Oh, my feet are falling asleep. Anyways, so oh gosh, so we got to do some music, and so
we always give them the music option because we don't have extra elective teachers right now, only PE. So we do a little bit of music in the evening, and then we go into straight into science and social studies, which I brought up the castles because we've been talking about royalty and then kingdom and vocabulary. So we wanted to encourage the vocabulary of kingdom, palace, castle, royalty. And so I put in a play. I was gonna put Blippi, but I was looking for one with Blippi to show a castle, but the only one that I found was that medieval medieval times, or I don't even know what it's called. Anyways, I was like, no, I'm not gonna play that. So I put another one with these kids that had gone to see a castle in Lobon. It was really cute. The kids enjoyed it. They liked the music. They liked seeing, the story of how it was handcrafted with bricks, and it was a really nice story. I mean, it was something that the castles, they got to see ancient castles, so it wasn't just focusing on just like castles, like real castles or what houses look right now. That it's different. So that helped with social studies, and it helped. And then so we had done the P's and the for science last time. We were talking about the P's and the science piece from your fork to the from the farm to your fork or something like that. So we had covered science social studies, and then we went and we had a few more minutes, and we went into art. And so that's when we finished up our library art project, which I could show you in another clip, um, where we did the chicken, and then they had their handprint, and that was going to be the wing, and then we pasted on the post a construction paper, a green one, and then I would poke a hole, and then the hand would just like be able to move with the brads, paper brads. So it would be a little interactive. It was really cute. The kids loved it. I loved it. It was nice. And anyways, the reason we did that, it's a project for it to go and hang in the public library that in our town, and we're gonna go visit that public library, and she's gonna read to us, and we're gonna she's going to read to us. I read aloud. We're going to walk around the library, look at the museum part where they have all the all the painting, all the art projects up and posted for the public to see. And we will be able to go and play a little bit in the STEM room where they have, I think they said they have Legos and stuff. So, and possibly get ice cream. Not sure, but thinking about it. Anyways, after that, and then we packed up and we left, and that was really what happened these 2 days. I kind of mixed it all up together, but basically that's what we did. We practiced our math, we practiced our and we made sure to write in our journals. So that was the most important part. We finished our unit, our well, the week, the week of the Princess and the Pea, and but we didn't finish math, so we'll go back into math. So after going over addition to fives, I'll teach them how to use the number line, and then we'll put a card on our Gus the Plus that says strategies to add for adding, and it will be using a tim frame, using a number line, using tallies, using count on, and stuff like that. So I now have sheets for each one to practice so that we can practice. Let me think. What else? I guess I used to make up again today, and it's been a long day. So but I think the makeup held up. It looks good. I think it does. Anyways, I'm really enjoying making these videos for myself, for you guys, for my sanity and just for everything else. So thank you for liking and subscribing.